Lord Bilimoria, the Indian-born entrepreneur behind Cobra Beer, told me in an interview for another programme a few days ago that he had expected visa liberalisation to be on the table at the time of David Cameron, the former British Prime Minister's visit. And even what you've been offered now by the British is not as good as they gave to the Chinese, and they're putting conditions on it. Do you not feel a bit insulted by that?
Well, I think these are considerations which the Indian industry have been briefing us on and feeling very let down. We certainly think that as democracies with shared value and as countries which have had a long-standing relationship, and as India stands out in services, providing services of international quality, the approach to the professionals coming from India should be calibrated by UK, which is not happening.
Indeed, and we've seen the effect certainly with student numbers, which have halved to 20,000 in 5 years. So perhaps that's understandable why you regard that as a kind of a deterioration of what had existed before. The British Foreign Secretary, Boris Johnson, I don't know if you've had an opportunity to meet him yet, but he often has a colourful turn of phrase. And his argument for a trade deal, a free trade deal, was to say we used to run the biggest empire in the world has ever seen, and with a much smaller domestic population and a relatively tiny civil service. Are we really unable to do trade deals? Surely, for old time's sake, if nothing else, for the years you spent studying in London and working in London's Oxford Street for a time and in other jobs as well, you must be a bit better disposed to Britain than to some other countries.
Well, I thought so, and most of us in India thought so, but we aren't being treated as old friends any longer. It's a tight professional engagement in which we are also looking at India's strengths and demanding our due place in the trade deal.